So at what point should a woman cut her losses if a guy's not committing to her?
That's a good question.
I like that.
That's a really good question.
I need to know.
It depends on the guy.
We don't know the exact time frame for each person, but I will say this: if effort is being made, and you can see the effort, wait. If the effort stops and you feel like you're in the same position and nothing's being done, I mean, that's gonna be up to your judgment. But like to me, when they put in effort and you can see visually like they're helping you with certain things or they're actually progressing your life, then it makes sense. Versus you're the same position, he helping you, he's doing his thing, you're just there waiting. It's kind of like, yo, you got to decide what do you want? Do you want to sit here and wait and hope, or see the effort? You know what? This is going somewhere. I want to be here.
And also kind of know the guy that you're dealing with. If he's an attractive man, just understand the chances of him committing to just you by yourself are very slim. And he might not want to commit. You know, I think women got to understand that men and women's values are inverse. And what I mean by that is that like when you're trying to settle down at 27, 28, 29, 30, his value, your value is declining as a woman, his value is simultaneously going up. As his value goes up, he's not going to want to settle. As your value goes down, you're going to want to settle. And women just need to know that as you get older, your chances start to diminish as you get older. So if you're finding a guy around your same age range, right, that's on his incline while you're on your decline, just know a lot of the times, if he knows his worth especially, or he has options now, he's not going to want to commit to just you.
Yeah.
So
I would say as well, focus on action is not what he just says, because that's a lineup. If it's out of sync, then you know something's up.
Yeah, guys will say anything to keep you in their sexual roster. Like with you, for example, he's telling you, no, I don't really like her like that, and all the other shit. Like guys will say and do anything to keep you on their sexual roster.
Look for the effort.
Makes sense.
That's what I would say. Yeah. Cool. But for a tangible time, 1 to 2 years.
1 to 2.
1 to 2 years.
Ooh.
Tangible time of like to kind of see if he's gonna kick the relationship to the next.
But if
to
you
next
don't,
level.
once the effort stops, how long do you like prolong it?
Well, I mean, I would hope the effort's still going there when you're waiting around for a year. Like it should be incremental. Like it's getting, you know.
Once it's at a standstill, how long would you say? Like, you know, like, hey.
That's on you. You're fucking up somehow then if it's at a standstill as a woman. And I know that sounds terrible, but the reality is it's your job to keep the man. It's not his job to keep you.
I'm learning that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So guy game is attaining the girl. Girl game is retaining the man after you fuck him. And I would argue most girls can't retain a man long term, which is why so many women are single and they can't. It's tough for them to get a ring. And once a woman understands that it's your job to keep him, it's going to change the game for you. And you're going to have to realize that for you to keep a guy around, you're going to have to be an asset, not a lot of liability, and serve your man. And I know these are terrible words to use in 2022. What am I, a slave? But that's
the truth.
That's what it is. If you want to keep a man, you need to be an indispensable part of his life where he can't operate at 100%. If you're replaceable, in other words, if you're just another bitch he's having sex with, he's not going to take you seriously. He can get sex from other women.
Correct.
Yeah.
Most
Also,
girls kind of come in and think, I'm just going to lay here, give him some sex, and I'll keep him. No, that there's always a time clock on that. You need to be able to add other portions of value, and it depends on the guy. Every man's different. Some guys might want help with their business. Some guys might want a coffee in the morning. Some guys might want you to have a gym shake ready for him every time he comes back from the gym. Some guys might want you to provide some other kind of value. Some other guys might want you to get him bitches. Every man is different. But your job as the woman, see, that you already fucked up because you have that mindset like, what? See, here's the thing. When you find the man that you want, it's not about fuck your happiness. It's about what makes him happy. That's how you keep a man. And once women understand that and switch the perspective and realize I need to keep my man happy, and a byproduct of that is I'm happy, that's when you win. Because here's the reality, an uncomfortable reality and a sexist reality, but that's what life is. Life is sexist. Women get the most pleasure from serving their loved ones, not from a career, not from earning money, not from being a six-figure boss bitch. It's from serving people that they love and their family, their children, their husband, their parents, etc. They did a study in Ireland on this back in 2020 during the pandemic. As you know, most of the workforce had to go home.
Everybody was home,
right? In Ireland, what they found was, which is a first world country where feminism is strong, just like the United States, so it's very similar. When it was time to go back to the office, most of the women elected to stay home with their family. They said, fuck the career. Okay? So we know, right? And also just from a biological urge, most women prefer family and children over a career. And if they do get a career, once they have kids, their hours come down. They don't give a fuck about it as much. As women have children, hours cut down at work. As men have children, hours go up in work because men understand, oh, I got to provide. Women understand, I got to go home.
Right.
So my thing is that once you have a man that you love, admire, and respect, you need to look at it like what makes him happy. You making him happy and serving him is what's going to make you happy. Because if you keep him happy, guess what happens? He's going to keep you as his chick. You get that security that you yearn for as a woman. Bam, you got a relationship. But modern day women have it fucked up. What makes me happy?
No, but I'm not just.
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
What makes me happy? Bags, temporary things, fucking trips, being a thought, all these things. It's temporary happiness, but it doesn't make the man happy. And since the man isn't happy, he can only tolerate so much of the fuckery. What does he do? He leaves. And then you're single again. And how do you fulfill that singleness? From doing a bunch of dumb shit that isn't going to fulfill you long term. So my thing is, if you want to keep a guy, you don't need to ask yourself what makes you happy. You need to ask what makes him happy. He's happy. Now byproduct is he's going to treat you well. You're his girl. You get that security. Now you're going to be happy.
My mom has always told me men love useful women. Like, be useful. Like, she's always telling me, like, be useful. Like, you know?
But what's the...
That makes sense?
Yeah. I was with him until he put an example of get my man bitches. I'm just not. I feel like that's degrading myself. I'm not doing that.
But
you're not the man for me if you want.
I'm giving an example,
right?
But the thing is, I'm telling you is that, and the reason why I'm saying that is you got to prepare yourself. If you're going to be with a man that's attractive, that can attract other women, you can either be involved in the infidelity or you cannot be involved and get your feelings hurt. But the reality is, if a man's attractive, he's going to fuck other bitches. You will never sexually satisfy your man by yourself. Period.
I got a lot of growing to do.
Yeah. Well, I would just sit to as well like regarding that guy that you want. If he's putting in the effort and you see like, okay, cool, this guy's actually serious, don't play games.
And it sucks. Yeah. I'm not telling you that like that's what you should do or aspire to. I'm just preparing you for. Let's say you meet the man of your dreams. Mm-hmm. He don't want to be monogamous. What are you going to do? You're going to break off that relationship and go back to the streets because your ego and you don't want him to have sex with other girls. And he says, baby, I need you to help me get these other women. What are you going to do?
I'm just simply not into that. So, I mean, you're
all right. To the streets
you
shall return. Yep. Now, here's the problem. Now you threw away a good relationship because of your fucking ego.
I just got to do that.
That's and this is why
I still have time to mature, but at this point in my life, I'm
not. Here's the thing, though. This is why so many modern day women fail. They're not willing to do what's required to get the man of their dreams. They think it should be take me as I come. I'm special. You should only be monogamous to me. A man doesn't bust his ass to earn a lot of money, become attractive, go to the gym, etc. to fuck one bitch. I'm telling you that to your face. Hell fucking no. They're always going to want to have sex with other girls. Now it's up to you. Maybe you could tell them, listen, baby, I love you. You can go and do your thing, but I don't want to be involved in you getting other girls. Cool. Then you got to kind of deal with it. Maybe he might say, fuck this shit. Then you know what? She ain't down with this? Whatever. It comes down to the man. If you meet the man of your dreams, you got to do things to keep that man of the dreams. Success comes with a price. The problem is that women think that they can get a winner, right? Get a winner and keep a winner while playing on a loser mindset of not being able to retain that winner. You want a winner? All the other girls want that guy too? What are you going to do to stand out? You got to do shit that you're not comfortable with to stand out.
So you want a guy that doesn't cheat?
I mean, that's every woman wants that.
Okay.
So yes.
That's fair.
Well, get yourself an average guy. That same guy that you scoffed at.
I'm okay, but I'm okay. When
I said 5'8", 35K, you gave him
35K. I laughed because I know I don't make more than 35K. So baby, we got to be compatible. I want to be compatible with my man. That's why I'm dating. I'm not looking for a relationship.
You want above average man?
Then I do.
Okay. Yep. Well, an above average man is going to have above average standards.
She wants a man of God.
I do.
I'm a man of God, by the way.
It's in my bio.
Wait, man of God. Wait, are you a virgin?
I'm not.
Okay.
God forgives. I don't, but God forgives.
No.
Shout out to all my men of God out there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, well, he might not forgive either.
Hey, he ain't no God fearing man.
And I know this is an uncomfortable conversation, but this is what women really need to start asking themselves.
No, but this is what I needed, so I'm appreciative.
Here's the other thing too: women are never gonna tell you this shit. They're gonna say, "Fuck that shit. Break up with that nigga, man.
Go, queen.
You deserve better, baby
You're
girl.
a queen.
Fuck this guy. He's an asshole. Blah blah blah. You guys get together." And I've always said it: women keep each other single perpetually.
Yep.
They lie to each other. They tell each other you deserve better, etc. When in reality, that bitch is fat, 300 pounds, don't deserve shit. But women will lie to each other and tell each other that they deserve the best. Bro,
I would rather be alone than be abused, though. So, like, you know,
everybody.
No, I'm saying, like, if you're in a bad relationship, don't just stay in a relationship to be in a relationship. If you're happy and you really like the person, then be in the relationship. But if somebody's not treating you right, don't stay in a relationship
for me
just
real
because.
Because this is a typical female response. Abuse, which is an ambiguous term that no one can really define. Please tell me what abuse is.
Tangibly. Slapping the shit out of you, punching you in the face, giving you a black eye.
Choose better.
That's abusive.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's domestic.
Where did we talk about slapping your girl and shit like that in this conversation?
No, but I'm saying like if your man does stuff like that,
Leave.
don't just stay with him because you want to be in a relationship and you don't want to go back to the streets or whatever.
Yeah.
Leave somebody who is
We don't
abusing
condone
you.
men
Yeah.
hitting
We
women
won't.
Yeah,
at
we
all.
don't. We don't.
Yeah, we gotta use common sense
we
here.
didn't mention that.
Yeah, we
though.
didn't mention that at all. I don't know where you came from with that. Like,
Yeah.
no one
Because-
mentioned like
Because a lot of people that are in abusive relationships, and I know because I was in an abusive relationship, a lot of people stay. And listen, my ex was a great person, money, whatever, status, all that type of stuff. But he abused me. And like, I just think that people should not stay in an abusive relationship just because you don't want to look for anyone else. Because that is a lot of a big part of why I did stay, is because I didn't want to like be out on the town again. I didn't want to like find another person. So don't stay in something that's really bad just because you don't want to be single.
you're an adult, right?
I'm an adult.
You make your own decisions, right?
Yes.
If you're in an abusive relationship, whose fault is that?
Obviously, it's my fault.
Okay,
for staying.
there it goes. Ends there. We didn't talk about anything when it comes to abuse or anything. Having standards as a man, right, and putting your foot down on these standards is not the same as slapping the shit out of your girl. We don't condone violence against women or any of that stuff. I don't know why you took it all the way there, because those are two different things.
Well, because you
But-
were trying to make it seem like that the most important thing is that a woman has to, like, a woman is kind of like has less worth if she's not in a relationship.
She does
What?
have less worth if she's not in a relationship.
I have a comment.
Because the thing is that a woman's game is, can you keep a guy around? A man's game is, can you attain women? So if I see a girl that's in her 30s or 40s and single, she's a failure. Period.
Cheers.
Why is it that we have metrics of men for being losers? Fat, slob, not attractive, incel, but we don't have metrics of female losers.
But females can be unattractive as well.
Yeah, but even an unattractive woman can still get a man. That's the difference. So if you can't even keep a guy, you're a loser. Here's the thing. I'm a firm believer in getting rid of participation trophies. In life, there's winners and there's losers. If you're a woman and you're in your 30s and you don't have a man by your side, you're a fucking loser in my opinion. That's how I look at it. As a man, if you're not able to attract a woman or you don't create change in a world where men respect you and women want to be with you, you're a fucking loser. Both genders have losers, just that it's different variables that make you a loser. So I know what you're saying, like, oh my God, abuse, whatever. It exists. I'm not saying it's good, but that's not, we're talking about men having standards and enacting on those standards, not using it through violence or whatever it may be. That's a whole other thing. And then we got to also take some accountability. If you're in an abusive relationship as a woman and you don't walk away from it, that's your fucking fault. You need to be able to have the accountability to be like, this guy's a piece of shit. I'm going to walk away. We're not going to sit here and cry for you. Like, you made a bad decision. Period.
I'm aware of that. I made a bad decision. I'm not asking for pity.
No, you are, because you literally changed the conversation.
I was trying to give advice.
Try to give you,
I was
it's
trying
not
to give
appropriate
advice.
advice for the context of the conversation at all.
Well, I think it was just because you stated that women who are not in a relationship have less value.
Yes.
So what I said made sense because
But sitting
I
in a
said-
relationship that's abusive is stupid. Stupid.
Yes, but I don't know if you've ever experienced abuse. It's not how people tell you it is. It's not like somebody just like does something once and you're like, "Oh, I'm leaving."
Bro, if you have
It
the ability to
happens
vote,
little by
you're an adult,
little.
you have the ability to make your own decisions. You got to be able to take accountability and be like, yo, this guy's a fucking loser. I'm leaving.
I agree.
Okay, so what do you want us to feel sorry for you? Like play a violin or something like that? That had nothing to do with the conversation.
It did though. I explained how it did. It did because you kept saying that women who are not in relationships have